Good morning, everyone. Another weekend upon us, another opportunity to go camping. This weekend, unfortunately, I won't be able to get out. It's a little bit too wet for me to go anywhere, and I've got things I've got going on this weekend. Anyway, you might notice that the trailer is pretty much tarped up at this point. For those of you that live in Texas, you'll understand why. We had some pretty severe weather coming through last night, and just give it a little bit of protection against the elements. But what I wanted to do today is actually something a little different, because the more people I talk to, Shamrock included, the more people I'm seeing order these trailers, which is exciting. And I'm excited for everyone that's getting one of these things this year. I think it's going to open up a lot of avenues for a lot of people to go camping. But one of the things that I wanted to do was talk about things that you need to purchase and have available prior to getting your trailer versus things that are optional after you get your trailer. Because there's a lot of things that I've gotten since I've had this trailer to kind of continue to enhance my experience. And if you follow the videos long enough, you'll know what I'm going to be talking about. You'll know all these different things because I've showed them off all at one point or another. So what I've got here is a table of things that I've laid out. Everything on this side is really optional. These are things that you're going to get after you get your trailer, and then there are things that you're going to need before you get your trailer, things that are going to allow you to go out and do things right away with your trailer that you're going to want to have. Some of these things you actually need to have prior to the trailer showing up, meaning that you're going to need it when you get the delivery of your trailer, because there's certain tools that you have to be able to tow the trailer once you get it. So I just wanted to point this out real quick in a nice video to kind of lay it all out for those of you that are buying trailers. So the very first thing you're going to want to make sure you have prior to your trailer showing up is not only socket wrench, but also this specific bit. And I'll put in the comments what this is, or in the description what it is and where you can get it. This actually allows you to connect the max coupler hitch to your tow bar. So without this tool, for those of you who saw my earlier videos, I ended up using the lug nut cap for the spare tire. It works just the same, although it's not designed for that. So you have to have one of these things prior to your trailer showing up in order to be able to connect the max coupler hitch to your tow bar and then be able to tow the trailer. So the driver that delivers your trailer will not have one of these, so make sure you get one of these prior. And Roxy decided to help out today. Second thing you're going to want to make sure you have is obviously, a tow wrench. You're going to need this to be able to screw down the bottom portion while you use the socket wrench to hit the top portion. So this helps you tighten things up. So I got these. I learned the hard way that you need to have these. I'm just trying to save people some cycles, and I carry these with me all the time because there have been times when I've needed to tighten up the connector just to make sure it's not too loose. Second thing you want to have before you go out on your first adventure, your shakeout, is you're going to want to get a leveler. And I got just one. I didn't get two because, in my opinion, the trailers are going to be like this or it's going to be like this, and I want to level one side or the other. This is handled by the jack, so you don't have to worry about getting anything to level it up and down. It's just side to side. So you really only need one of these things. And to be fair, I've only really used this a couple of times. I haven't needed to use it very much because I'm generally on fairly flat ground when I'm traveling. But you're going to want to have one of these prior to your trailer showing up, just for the sake of being able to take your trailer out immediately and go do stuff with it. The other thing you're going to want to have before you take it out the first time is a set of chocks. So get these prior to your trailer showing up. You're going to want those to keep your trailer from rolling back or rolling forward once you disconnect it from your first campsite. And it's just a good thing to have all around. I've got two sets of these, both for sets tires, just to make sure that I don't have to deal with rolling situations. The other thing you want to get is just a can of WD-40. I use this to lubricate the max coupler and occasionally lubricate the door handles on all the different stuff. As you go through different dusty areas, those handles become, they get grindy. You can actually tell they're a little more difficult to open. So it's always good to carry a can of WD-40 with you just to have it. And the last thing that I say get before you get your trailer is actually a 5-gallon bucket. The more people I talk to about the sink, the galley station, the more people actually feel like this is an ingenious idea. So you've seen my earlier videos where the sink system just kind of folds down and there's like a PVC pipe that comes out, and there's no gray water tank on these trailers. So your gray water basically just, has to run out. So what I did is just get a 5-gallon bucket, put underneath that PVC pipe, and it captures the gray water. Now it serves two functions. One, it captures the gray water, which is nice. But the other thing it does for you is it allows you to measure how much water you're using when you're washing dishes. So when this thing's filled up, it's 5 gallons. So I've just expended 5 gallons of water from a 31-gallon tank. So it's kind of a clever way to keep an eye on how much water you're using, specifically when you're doing dishes and things like that. So again, everything on this side you're going to want to purchase prior to getting your trailer, just so you have it available. And like I said, most people, if you're like me, when you get your trailer, the first thing you want to do is do a shakeout, right? So you want to take it somewhere, get it all set up, make sure it's all functional. So you're going to want to have these items with you when you do that before anything else. Now, on the left side here, these are things that I have purchased that have made my life easier. Some of these things you're probably going to want to have ahead of getting the trailer. Some you might get it after you get the trailer. There's a few things I don't have on the table here that I'll talk about, but to start with, the front runner packs. So this has a lot of great storage in the rear. You're going to want something to put all your, your gear in, and so these front runner packs are great. I'm probably going to move from a hard bag like this to a soft bag because they're a little bit easier to manage. But I've got all my kitchen gear, my pots, my pans, my oven mitts, all that stuff in these so that they're not loose items floating around in the back of the cabin. You're going to want some sort of mallet because a lot of these, like the shower enclosure and the awning, have stakes that you can put out, and like you can guy it out and stake them into the ground. So you're going to want to have some sort of a tent hammer like that to be able to do that when you need it. So those are, again, kind of one of those optional yet mandatory first purchases after you get your trailer. A couple of things that you guys have noticed that have made my life easier. For those of you who don't know, this is a full aluminum trailer. So it's a steel frame, aluminum box. There's no wood and no ferrous metals inside the trailer or on the outside. So nothing magnetic will stick to this trailer. That means anything you purchase to mount to the outside has to have suction cups. So this was actually one of the first things that I got after I got my trailer, because in the galley area it makes it so much easier to have a paper towel holder, and I usually put my keys and stuff up here, and because it's suction cup, I can just take it on and off as necessary, and it sticks really well. So one of those little clever items to make your kitchen experience a little bit easier. And then what you see in here, this is something I just got recently. On the inside of the trailer, you can get these one of two ways. You can buy it with a shelving system that runs towards, across the headboard area of the bed area, which, when you think about it, it's good for like putting your phone, putting flashlights, putting whatever, to kind of keep it up off the bed and have it available. For those of you that don't order it like that, because it is an option, you can get these. So again, suction cup type deals. I just stick it on the inside of the wall inside the cabin, and I've now got a place to put my phone, my flashlights, whatever I need to keep it up off the mattress and out of the cabinetry for quick access. So just some clever ways to do gear management when you're inside the cabin. So a couple of things that are extras that aren't really mandatory, but are definitely purchases you might want to make. Again, all of this is designed to kind of help accent your purchase, right, to make things a little easier for transit. One is, you guys have seen my videos of the Trasharoo that I have on the front end, so it's attached to the spare tire. That's good for not only trash, but like I keep my doormats and stuff in there so that when they're getting dirty on the ground, I don't have to put them anywhere. I can put them in that bag. It's great. I keep my collapsible trash can in there. So really good use of outdoor storage for dirty things that you don't want to put in your vehicle. The other thing that you guys have seen is I have a 23-0 gearbox. It's the 107 liter that actually sits very nicely in the wood box area of the trailer. I keep things like chairs, my Kelty blockhouse. I keep my Light Ranger in there now. I keep basic elements that I don't want to put in the 4Runner outside of the trailer that I always want to take with me, so I don't ever have to worry about, where is it at in the garage? It's already with the trailer. So those are two, and they're not cheap. They're significant purchases, but they're worthwhile purchases. They're not vanity purchases. And finally, the last thing, well, not finally, but one of the things I missed that I do want to talk about, because I've got all the bungees being used right now, you're going to want to get a set of bungee cords. You don't have to get it once your trailer shows up, before your trailer shows up, but you're going to want to get them shortly thereafter. And really, it's because of these little ones. You're going to want something like this. And the reason why I suggest that is because when you open these doors, there is no way to secure the door open by default. So what I ended up doing is just using these little bungees. I attach it to one side of the door, attach it up to the top, and it keeps the door from flapping in the wind. It's not so bad on the water heater area, but the refrigerator door. So when you got your fridge out, the door will sit there and swing in the breeze and bang up against the trailer. So using a bungee cord to kind of fasten that down allows the door to stay out of the way and not flap around in the wind. So bungees are critical, and they're just kind of a staple item that I carry pretty much anywhere I go. And as you can see, I use them for other things, right? For tarping down the trailer to keep it from being beat down by the sun and the weather. And finally, the other purchase that I've made that you may or may not care about, depending on your usage, is the additional water tank. So you guys know I have a front runner 11-gallon water tank that I put up on the roof so that I can resupply my water in the field. These things hold 31 gallons on board, which is great for 1 to 2 people for maybe 2 to 3 days, depending on what you're doing. But if you've got a large group and everybody's using your shower and you're doing dishes a lot, you're gonna run out of water pretty fast. So I have an 11-gallon spare tank that I put up, and you've seen my earlier videos, I just gravity feed it into the tank so that I can resupply it with at least 11 gallons. So those are really all I've done to it, but I just wanted to get this video out because I think it's important to understand what you have to have prior to the trailer showing up and what you're going to need after, or at least what you're going to want after the trailer shows up, so that you can get ahead of some of these purchases, so you kind of get an idea of what it's going to take to get this thing dressed up in the way that you're going to want. So hopefully this video has been useful to you guys. I plan to get out camping next week. I've had some changes at work recently that have kind of freed up my calendar, so I'm looking forward to getting out and really spending not just a couple of days, but maybe a full week in this thing just to see, you know, one, is it doable, and two, you know, just to get some additional time in this thing beyond the couple of days that I normally do. Excuse me. I hope everybody's doing great. Hope you're having a great weekend. Looking forward to making additional videos for you. If you have any questions or comments, let me know. I'll put the description of all these items down in the description area of the videos, so you'll know kind of what I bought, where I bought it, and all that good stuff. And if there's anything that you guys want to see in the meantime, any type of video, let me know. I also have a poll up asking the community kind of what type of videos you want me to make moving forward, whether they be cinematic or gear talk videos or a little bit of both, you know, depending on the timing, how long you like these videos to be. So if you could fill that out, let me know kind of what your thoughts are, and then I can improve these videos for you. So again, hope everybody's doing great, and I will talk to you later. Thanks.